The dust tasted like regret. Silas Crowe spat, the gritty mixture clinging to his parched tongue. He's been tracking the Rattlesnake Gang for 3 days, the Arizona sun a relentless hammer against his skull. 3 days since they's robbed the stagecoach headed to Prescott, leaving Mrs. Abernathy with a broken arm and a lifetime of nightmares. Silas was a fancy lawman. No silver star pinned to his chest, no fancy uniform, just a weathered face, calloused hands, and Winchester rifle. He was the closest thing Copper Canyon had to a peacekeeper, a man who's known the desert his entire life, a man who's seen firsthand what happened when justice went missing. He spotted them then, a cluster of horses and men huddled in the scant shade of a rocky outcrop, about a mile west of the abandoned Peralta mine. 6 men, lean and hard, their faces obscured by the dust and shadows of their hats. He recognized Jedidiah Blackwood, the gang's leader, a notorious cutthroat with a reputation for cruelty. Silas dismounted, tethering his horse, Blue, to a scrubby mesquite. He eased forward, keeping low, using the terrain to conceal his approach. The Rattlesnake Gang were careless, confident in their anonymity. They've been operating in the territory for months, preying on vulnerable travelers and small settlements. They thought they were untouchable. Silas Crowe was about to show them otherwise. He reached a point where he could hear their conversation, a low murmur of boasts and threats. "Think we got away clean this time, Jed?" one of the men, a young kid with a nervous twitch, asked. "Clean as a whistle, Billy," Jedidiah Blackwood drawled, his voice raspy. "Prescott ain't gonna mess a few dollars. They got plenty." "Mrs. Abernathy's gonna miss them," Billy mumbled. Jedidiah's laugh was short and cruel. "She's a soft touch. She's got family back east. They'll send her more." Silas felt a knot of anger tighten in his stomach. He's seen that kind of indifference before, the casual disregard for human suffering. It's what drove men like Jedidiah Blackwood to become outlaws. He raised his Winchester, a metallic click barely audible above the desert wind. "Jedidiah Blackwood," he called out. "You're surrounded." The gang spun around, their hands instinctively reaching for their weapons. Jedidiah's eyes narrowed, his gaze sweeping the rocks. He spotted Silas then, standing exposed in the open. Well, Jedidiah said, a smirk twisting his lips. "Looks like we got a visitor. A lone wolf at that." "You's wanted, Blackwood," Silas said, his voice steady, "for robbery and assault." Jedidiah laughed again. "You think you can take us all, Crowe? He's just one man." "That's all it takes," Silas replied. The first shot rang out, fired by one of the gang members. Silas ducked behind a large boulder, the bullet kicking out best inches from his face. He returned fire, sending a bullet towards the attacker. He heard a grunt, then a thud. One down. The shootout was fast and brutal. The desert echoed with the crack of gunfire and the shouts of men. Silas moved quickly, using the rocks and terrain to his advantage. He managed to take down another gang member before they could gain a clear shot, but the others were skilled, and they kept the pressure on. One bullet grazed his arm, stinging like fire. He ignored the pain, focusing on his target. He knew he was outnumbered, but he wasn't going to back down. He had a duty to uphold, a responsibility to protect the people of Copper Canyon. He saw his chance then. Jedidiah was reloading, his back exposed. Silas took aim, his finger tightening on the trigger. The shot was true, hitting Jedidiah squarely in the chest. The gang leader staggered, then collapsed in the dust. The remaining members of the Rattlesnake Gang faltered, their morale broken by the loss of their leader. They hesitated for a moment, then turned and fled into the desert, scattering like frightened rabbits. Silas watched them go, his breath coming in ragged gasps. He felt a weariness settle over him, a bone-deep exhaustion that no amount of rest could cure. He's won this battle, but the war was far from over. There would always be outlaws, always be danger in the Arizona territory. He approached Jedidiah's body, kneeling beside him. The gang leader's eyes were glazed over, his face contorted in a final grimace. Silas felt a flicker of pity, then pushed it away. Jedidiah Blackwood had chosen his path, and he had reaped the consequences. He stood up, surveying the scene. The desert was silent again, the only sound the gentle whisper of the wind. "He's gonna need help," sending word back to Copper Canyon. A figure emerged from the shadows, a young woman with dark hair and piercing eyes. It was Maria Rodriguez, a rancher's daughter who often helped Silas with his duties. "Did you get them all, Silas?" she asked, her voice soft. "Most of them," he replied. "A few scattered. They'll be back, though. They always come back." Maria nodded. "Then we'll be ready for them." She looked at the boggies. A dark day for the territory. He caught her eye, and she smiled a small, reassuring smile. "It always is," she said. "But Copper Canyon will endure. We always do." Silas nodded, looking toward the setting sun, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple. The beauty of the desert was a stark contrast to the violence it concealed, and in that moment he knew that he would continue to fight, to protect the people of Copper Canyon, even if it meant facing danger every day. He knew he was a small, singular part of something bigger, something essential. A glint of metal in the sand caught his eye. A small, silver locket, lying near Jedidiah's body. He picked it up, brushing the dust off. It was intricately carved with the image of a woman and a child, a family, a life stolen. He carefully placed the locket in his pocket, a silent promise to return it to the rightful owner if he ever found her. Another life would not be lost. He remounted Blue, glancing back at Maria. "I'm heading back. Send a rider to Prescott. They need to know." He urged Blue forward, leaving Maria standing alone amidst the bodies and the fading light. The dust settled, a testament to the relentless struggle for justice in the unforgiving landscape of the Arizona Territory. Somewhere in the distant hills, a coyote howl, a mournful cry that echoed Silas Crowe's silent resolve. The fight was never truly over,